Hey everybody, what's up? I've been getting a lot of questions lately about people who are on the fence about picking up the Elder Scrolls Online, whether for PC or for console, and I wanted to make this video specifically to help show those people why you should definitely pick this game up. So, without further ado, let's dive into the reasons why you should pick up the Elder Scrolls Online. For those of you who already own the Elder Scrolls Online, or plan on buying it, or just like my face, then please hit that like button before doing anything else. Okay, reason number one why you should pick this game up is because it's the Elder Scrolls. In a lot of meaningful ways, it is the Elder Scrolls. And if you are a fan of the old Elder Scrolls like Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, it carries the name well. It didn't before, back on launch on the PC over a year ago, but it does now. It has been fleshed out. There's a lot of things that make the game what it needs to have in order to really be an Elder Scrolls title, of which I'll get into. But yeah, it's Elder Scrolls, guys, 100%. So then what exactly makes it Elder Scrolls? Well, you have the scope of the game. And I'm not talking, oh, it's 2 or 3 times bigger than Skyrim. No, it is like 10 times bigger than Skyrim. You can travel across all of Tamriel. There are multiple different zones, like I think 15 plus, 16 plus zones that are, I'd say, around maybe a third the size of Skyrim's world, which is pretty large. That's a lot. Well, maybe not 10 times bigger than Skyrim, but still super, super huge, and there's a ton of varied landscapes all across Tamriel. I mean, you got Cyrodiil from Oblivion, basically almost like a 1-to-1 ratio to the Oblivion game. Oh man, you've got all kinds of awesome places to explore. And some other things that really make this game Elder Scrolls is you have the ability to sneak and steal from NPCs, as well as kill non-essential NPCs, and you can go inside their houses, like break in there by lockpicking, which is pretty fun. The minigame for lockpicking is pretty fun. And you can go in there and you can steal supplies for cooking, you can steal their treasures so that you can sell them on like the underground market of sorts. And that level of NPC interaction is something that I rarely see in other like single player RPGs, let alone massively multiplayer games. I love it. I can't get enough of sneaking, and I have other videos talking about why sneaking is awesome. So that's just one example. Now, if you haven't played an Elder Scrolls game before, then you should know that the combat in those games is usually very action-based, very reactive-based. You have to be accurate with your hits, with your shots with the bow and arrow, your spells, all of that. So, in essence, a game like The Elder Scrolls does a good job of really giving the genre of action RPG like a good example. Other examples would be like Diablo 3, but I still consider Elder Scrolls games action RPGs because there's a lot of action involved. And The Elder Scrolls Online does this very well also, because you have your basic attacks and you have to actually aim and move around. Like, as you've been watching this video, you see me moving around, fighting. You can dodge attacks. A lot of the ranged attacks with bows and spells do have like a soft lock, but, and this is really cool that I like, you can break that soft lock if you time a dodge roll correctly, allowing you to dodge things like spells and bow and arrow shots, which is so cool. You can also block them as well. Every weapon you use, whether two-handed or dual wield, or one-handed and shield, or bow or staff, you can block with, which reduces damage but also costs stamina. So there's a lot of ways to really go into combat and maximize your damage or maximize defense. It's very action-based, unlike really any other massively multiplayer game out there for consoles. Especially, like Final Fantasy 15, it's, you're sitting there a lot of the time. You're moving around, sure, but the combat is very hotkey based, hotbar based, where you're hitting your hotbars and your hotbar spells in a certain order with certain timing to maximize damage. While with this, there's just, in my opinion, more depth to it. It's just more fun. It definitely keeps you awake more. I get bored of those other games. So if you want action, this is for you. Hell, you even have bash attacks, which you can use to interrupt opponents' attacks in PvE. It's just really cool. I also want to say that while the graphics aren't technically stunning and there could be a lot done to make the game look better, the size and scope of the game definitely makes up for it, and there is some genuinely nice lighting and shading work going on that helps bring you into the game, especially if you play in the first-person view. And that's another thing. You can play in third person, or you can play in first person, where you can see your hand and you're holding your sword, and you can see your shield in your other hand or your bow. And it is a bit more immersive. You got the whole camera bob thing going on, and you can even change your field of view to widen your viewing area, making it a lot easier and a lot more practical to play in first person. The audio is also excellent, from the sound effects to varying skills and spells to the absolutely gorgeous music that you get treated to no matter what you're doing. And they're also soon going to be overhauling the music. So for example, if you're in a small battle, the music won't be as intense as if you were in a large battle, and just little stuff like that. And they're going to add more songs to the battle, into the PvE areas and PvP areas, and it's awesome. The audio and visuals combined make a very, very entertaining package. There is also an insane amount of character customization. Like, I can be a sorcerer that uses heavy armor and two-handed swords and still be effective if built correctly. Likewise with my current character here. I'm a medium armor, damage-dealing Dragon Knight, which is normally a tank. Dragon Knights are normally somewhat tankish, but mine's more of like a damage-dealing rogue type character that uses fire damage. It's really cool, and they're going to expand upon that in the future. And endgame, you have this whole giant tree full of passives that you can fill out and really just make your character your own over months and months. It's great. And then you can take this character into a lot of really fun endgame PvE dungeons or giant PvP battleground arenas where it's like 100 versus 100 people fighting each other. Oh, it comes together in a package that is unlike anything I have played or seen on the consoles or on PC. It's good. If you can get the game, get it for console or PC. Either one is great. Especially if you can find it on sale. This game is usually on sale quite often, so make sure to take advantage of that. I've seen the game go on sale for as low as $20 for PC and $30 for the consoles. That's pretty good in my opinion, especially when you combine the fact that the game on any of the platforms does not require a monthly fee whatsoever. There is an optional monthly fee, and I've made a video about it as to why you should buy it. However, it is totally not needed at all. You can get the full game and all of its excellence with just by buying it. Now, there is an expansion coming out on September 15th, which will be around $20–25, but it will add a lot to the game, including a lot more ways to do PvP with other people and other factions, and that should be a lot of fun. A lot of new places to explore in the PvP area called Cyrodiil. A lot of it will be underground, and you'll get to explore the Imperial City from way back in the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, and that's super cool in my opinion as a fan of that game. If you're not a fan, or you just don't really know about it, that's fine too, but I still think expansion-wise, it'll be worthwhile and add a lot of content to the game, unlike other games, Destiny. But yeah, now I might be a little biased towards this game, as it's allowed me to meet a lot of you, and you to join my channel and my in-game community, and all of us to have a lot of fun together. But that said, it honestly, truly is just a really well-designed game from a lot of ways, especially the guild system and how you can interact with the community, and how there's already really well done built-in voice chat. Now there isn't any text chat yet. It's not a perfect game. There are some issues, like people that just want to run around with their mic, or kids screaming in their mic, or people with blaring music. But that aside, everything comes together to make a really great experience that will last you months and months and months if you really decide to get invested in the story, building your character, PvP, joining guilds, trading and selling, all of it. If you let it happen, you'll love it. Don't forget to like this video on your way out, and of course subscribe for more new ESO videos every 2 days. I hope you guys have an excellent time, and for those who haven't yet, go out and buy this game! Sheesh!